Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the National Museum of the Philippines website. I am Anna Joy, but you can call me AJ, and I am your virtual tour guide for today. I will take you to the different museums, collections, and share some information about the National Museum of the Philippines. Are you all excited? Then let's start our tour. So about the National Museum of the Philippines, it is a trust of the government and it is an educational, scientific, and cultural institution that acquires, documents, preserves, exhibits, and fosters scholarly study and public appreciation of works of art, specimens, and cultural and historical artifacts representative of the unique cultural heritage of the Filipino people and natural history of the Philippines. It has 4 museums, all located in the National Museum Complex in Rizal Park, Manila, Philippines. Do you want to take a tour at these museums? Then let's go! The first is the National Museum of Fine Arts. Also known as the National Art Gallery and the Old Legislative Building, it was founded in 1998 and it has 29 galleries and hallway exhibitions consisting of 19th century Filipino masters, national artists, leading modern painters, sculptors, and printmakers. Let us feature some of the galleries, shall we? This is the main hall and home to Juan Luna's Spoliarium. It is a massive painting depicting dying gladiators that took 8 months to complete. This renowned painting won the gold medal at the Madrid Exposición Nacional de Bellas Artes in 1884. In Gallery 3, you will see the most notable works from Juan Luna and Felix Resurrección Hidalgo. Gallery 4 features the works of Isabela Tampinco, one of the Philippines' most celebrated sculptors. In Gallery 5, it is a gallery honoring the Philippine national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. In Gallery 6, it features Philippine art from the early 20th century, most notably from Fernando Amorsolo. Gallery 10 is dedicated to the progress of Philippine medicine in Philippines, series of paintings by Carlos Botong Francisco. And lastly is the Gallery 20, which is the home of GSIS art collections, featuring Parisian Life by Juan Luna and several paintings by Fernando Amorsolo. Trivia: did you know that the Parisian Life has a geographical likeness to the mirror image of the archipelago of the Philippines? Amazing, right? Now let us go to our second destination, the National Museum of Anthropology. The building was designed by Antonio Toledo in 1940 and it once housed the Department of Finance until it was turned over to the National Museum in the 1990s. This museum presents the Philippine ethnographic and terrestrial and underwater archaeological collections, narrating the story of the Philippines from the past, as presented through artifacts as evidence of its prehistory. The museum welcomes you in its glossy marble hall. One of the first galleries that you'll encounter is the Treasures of San Diego. It will take you back in time during the Spanish period as it features some memories from the Galleon San Diego. You will also see baskets and mat weaving, which is one of the oldest and most diverse forms of craftwork in the Philippines. Another is the Baybayin Gallery. Baybayin is only composed of 17 letters or symbols, where 3 are vowels and 14 are consonants. The kudlit is used to identify how each symbol is pronounced. Lastly is the Lumad Gallery, which aims to raise awareness of the significance of the Mindanao natural reserves and resources of the Lumad identity. Are you learning a lot from our tour? Well, there's plenty more where that came from. Now let us go to our third destination, the National Museum of Natural History. Inside this museum, you'll find art pieces and collections covering botany, geology, and zoology. Some of the most notable attractions include the Tree of Life, which resembles as an abstract tree sprouting from the ground. It stands in the middle of the atrium, and it also has an elevator inside it. It is interesting to note that the original structure of the museum does not bear any weight of this tree because it is fully supported by the trunk of that tree. Another attraction is Lolong. It is the skeleton of the Philippines' largest crocodile in captivity in February 2013. You can also see the rainforest diorama, mangrove diorama, and more in the National Museum of Natural History. I hope you're still listening because this is the last museum and also an interesting one. This is the National Planetarium. Its main function is to spread astronomical information through planetarium shows, lectures, demonstrations, exhibits, and actual celestial observation. The gallery at the National Planetarium, entitled Filipino Life Guided by Skies, focuses not only in modern astronomy but primarily in ethnoastronomy practices used by our Filipino cultural communities. This ethnoastronomy exhibition is divided into 6 sections, namely the Cosmic Timeline, Cultural Astronomy, Philippine Night Sky, Time Reckoning, Farming and Hunting, and Seafaring and Navigation. News alert: for now, the National Planetarium is temporarily closed as it will be decommissioned to give way to the development plans of the National Parks Development Committee. We are done with the different museums. Now let us move on to the collections. The National Museum of the Philippines manages and develops the national reference collections of the following divisions. First is the Archaeology Division. It conducts archaeological surveys and excavations to further understand Philippine culture through material remains and features. On your screen are some featured collections in this division. You may want to pause the video to read the following descriptions. Second is the Architectural Arts and Built Heritage. It is composed of architectural artifacts, drawings, and photographs that were part of the record and documentation of Philippine architectural arts and built heritage. Third is the Ethnology Division. It specializes in the study of the people of the Philippines and their cultural heritage, as well as the languages of the country. Fourth is the Arts Division. It administers the growing collection of visual arts and archives. Fifth is the Geology and Paleontology. It features mammalian fossils, geological specimens, and the tectonic history of the country. Sixth is the Botany and National Herbarium. It conducts basic research on taxonomy, systematics, conservation, and economic use of Philippine plants. Seventh is the Maritime and Underwater Cultural Heritage. This division conducts underwater research in shipwreck excavations. And lastly is the Zoology Division. It focuses on studying the fauna of the Philippines with emphasis on taxonomy, ecology, and biology. So that's all for the collections. Now, are you wondering if there are any other services that the National Museum of the Philippines offer? Well, these are the list of services that they offer. If you click on the plus button on any of the following, there are certain guidelines and application forms for you to comply in order to access their services. For any inquiries, just email inquiry@nationalmuseum.gov.ph. And that ends our tour, everyone. I hope you have learned from our virtual tour. Again, this is AJ. I hope to see you in one of these museums when the pandemic ends. Thank you for listening, everyone. Goodbye for now and stay safe.